What's something your parents did out of love that you'll never forgive them for? When I was 14, I had this best friend, Robin. We'd been inseparable since third grade, sleepovers every weekend, building forts in my backyard, sharing our deepest secrets under flashlight beams. He was the brother I never had, the kind of friend you think you'll have forever. Robin's home life was complicated. His mom worked 2 jobs, always exhausted. His dad was this quiet guy who mostly kept to himself, but he seemed nice enough. He'd make us sandwiches when we came home from school, help with homework sometimes. Nothing seemed off. One evening in October, Mom called me into the kitchen. She had this look on her face, worried, like when she found out I'd been skipping math class. "Honey, I need to tell you something about Robin's family," she said, her voice unusually serious. She'd been doing research online. One of those parent safety forums had mentioned Robin's last name. Mom had gone down a rabbit hole, checking sex offender registries, court records, newspaper archives. Robin's dad was a registered sex offender, multiple counts involving children. He'd been in prison for 8 years and got out just 2 years before Robin and I became friends. My stomach dropped. I thought about all those afternoons at Robin's house, all those times his dad had been nothing but kind to us. "I can't let you go over there anymore," Mom said firmly, "and I'm calling the school tomorrow. Other parents need to know." I begged her not to. Robin had no idea about his dad's past. His mom had probably kept it secret to protect him, to give him a normal childhood. This would destroy everything. "What if it was you?" Mom asked. "What if some parent knew and didn't tell me?" I'd never forgive them, but I could see this wasn't really about other kids. This was about her fear, her guilt over all those unsupervised hours I'd spent in that house. She made the call the next morning. Within days, it was all over school. Parents were talking in pickup lines. Kids were whispering in hallways. Robin became a pariah overnight. Kids who'd been his friends suddenly found excuses to avoid him. I watched him transform in real time. The confident, funny kid I knew started shrinking into himself. He stopped raising his hand in class, started eating lunch alone in the library. His grades plummeted. The worst part? Robin still had no idea why. His mom hadn't told him about his father's past, so he couldn't understand why everyone suddenly hated him. He just knew that somehow everything had changed. He kept asking me what was wrong. Why weren't we hanging out anymore? Had he done something? I couldn't tell him the truth. How do you explain to your best friend that your mom destroyed his life to save yours? 2 weeks later, I got to school and Robin's desk was empty. Then another day. By the third day, I realized he wasn't coming back. I rode my bike to his house after school. The windows were dark. A for rent sign stuck crooked in the brown grass. The neighbors said they'd moved out in the middle of the night. No forwarding address. Robin was just gone. I never saw him again. Mom thought she was protecting me and maybe she was right about the danger. Maybe something terrible would have happened if I'd kept going over there. I'll never know. But she also destroyed an innocent 14-year-old's entire world to do it. Robin never chose his father, never did anything wrong except trust the adults in his life to protect him. Instead, one of those adults became the very thing he needed protection from. And another adult, my mom, decided his safety was worth less than mine. I'm 28 now, married, with a kid of my own. Sometimes late at night, I look Robin up online, hoping to find some trace that he's okay. A Facebook profile, a LinkedIn account, anything that proves he survived what we put him through. I never do. Maybe he changed his name. Maybe he's living somewhere quiet, finally at peace. Maybe he found people who love him without conditions, without fear. Or maybe that 14-year-old boy never recovered from learning that the world can turn against you for sins that aren't yours to bear. That's what I can't forgive. Not that she protected me. I understand that instinct, especially now that I'm a parent too. But that she was willing to sacrifice him to do it. That in her mind, his life was collateral damage in keeping me safe. Love isn't supposed to require destroying someone else's child.